could be probably a lot louder than the mic, but I'm going to stick to protocol. How's everybody doing tonight? You know, it's not always a good thing to get up and trip on the stairs. I'm sure they're going to edit that. But I'm really excited, happy to have the opportunity to share with you. Just came off a 13-day, 14-city, 8-state tour. And my partners are going to see this, and we made it. We're back home to New Jersey. But I'm really excited and humbled with the opportunity to be here with all of you. And I have to say, I am so inspired. You know, I prepare enough when I speak, but I didn't tonight because I knew for a fact that I will be inspired with your stories. I'll be humbled with your experiences. And I've heard so many incredible things that I related to today, and I am no different than any of you. We all struggle at different capacities, at different levels. We all have our own issues growing up, as I call them. I have daddy issues like everybody else. And you know, although I'm 33 years old, I've only been in this great United States of America for the last 16. Born and raised in Morocco. Anybody ever heard of Morocco? Oh, great. A lot of you did. Well, I had an interesting start of my life over there. You know, born immature too, premature, and you know, I remember from what Mom says to me that you weren't going to make it, son. You know, my brothers and sisters hated when I say it, but I'm a miracle baby in her favor too. At least that's what she said, right? But came to the States in June 20th, 2002, and when you come to these great United States of America, and for those of you who can relate to this as an immigrant, it's a dream to come to the land of opportunity where you can be anything you want to be, when you can achieve anything that you really inspire to have. And for me personally, I knew that there was something great for me, but my beginning of my life has always haunted me. You know, and I promise you there's a happy ending to this story, but at the age of 5 years old, I was molested as a child by a nanny because Dad and Mom had to work all the time, and it stayed with me my whole life. It ruined me, destroyed me, made me not want to talk to anybody, right? Because the two most closest people to me, the protectors in my eyes, Dad and Mom, were working, but as a child, you left me behind. You didn't protect me, right? That was my hatred, my anger growing up. At the age of 8 years old, my amazing, fantastic father was back into my life. You know, things just didn't work out with Mom, and he left, and he restarted his life all over again. And that was the best thing, now that I look back, for Mom and Dad. But as a child, I didn't understand that. Why is the man that is my best friend, that's supposed to be there for me, is not? Why'd you leave? Right? It bothered me, again, added to the hatred, to that anger that I was feeling at all times in my life growing up. Years later, Mom had to come to the United States. Things just turned really ugly, really bad. You know, in a third world country like Morocco at the time, it would be hard for a woman, a single woman at that, with 4 kids, to get a job in a society that is very man-powered, man-controlled. And again, though she did the right thing, I'm here, right? But at the time, I didn't get it. Why did this woman that said, I love you every single day, have to leave? Why? What did I do to deserve a father and a mother at the time in my eyes that just deserted me, right? That's how it was interpreted to me. A whole lot of events, and we can be here until tomorrow if I tell you everything that has taken place that, you know, for the sake of time, and I'm going to skip on because, you know, my parents are in my life. Things are good now. Thank God. I am blessed. I'm actually blessed with buy one, get one free. My mom has remarried and my dad has remarried. They're both in the United States. So, you know, I like that coupon. But in any case, when I came to the States on June 20th, I came with a lot of baggage. I came with all that anger, that anxiety, that hatred, that self-hatred. This is why I appreciate all the stories that I heard from all of you, from the struggle, from the pain, from the early hurdles, the losses, and all the things that most people would consider, oh, I feel so bad for that person that you might not relate to. I kind of took that whole list and said, let me get every single one in that menu. And I am grateful to God that I have gone through those experiences. When I was 19 years old, I was stupid enough to not realize how awesome I am. And I went to the bathroom, tried to find every single pill that there was in there. I just wanted to end it. I was tired. Every single day I'm angry. Every single day I broke both of my hands. I was the superstar of the basketball team during high school that had a cast in each hand every year. I wasn't playing, if you can go to math now. But I just wanted to end it. I was angry. I hated myself. I hated the fact that wherever I looked, though my parents were back into my life, though I had opportunities that were around me at all times, I just could not feel that I deserved it, because inside somewhere, that 5-year-old, that 8-year-old, that 11-year-old was still screaming, was still mad, was still saying, I hate this. Where are you? I don't like this, that you're not here for me. So why am I sharing all this stuff? Because had I not gone through all those experiences, and I'll explain to you how that relates to change, I do not think I would be the man before you today. I am blessed to be a president of a company that operates in 87 countries, that I spoke in front of tens of thousands of people, and I love each and every one of you, that you're giving me the opportunity to be here and speak before you. We help companies all over the world, and I get the privilege to have an intimate setting to speak to each and every one of you tonight. I speak 5 international languages. Had I not gone through the experience that I did in Morocco, that had led me to interact with different people from different backgrounds, from different lifestyles, that speak different languages, that forced me to eventually live in different countries. And at the time, I hated it. I don't get it, why do I have to move from place to place? But it allowed me to have the experiences that I have. I went to culinary school and aspired to be a chef, and started at Monmouth Culinary Educational Center here in New Jersey and qualified for a French program called Le Cordon Bleu. Some of you may or may not have heard of it. And it was inspiring to see myself in that setting, that I can actually become a world-renowned master chef. Wolfgang Puck, some of you have heard of his name, he graduated from that school. They promised that, Ali, you go to this school, we'll give you a job, guaranteed for life. How many of you would sign up to that deal? Guaranteed job for life. Well, guess what? They put me in a place called Ruby Tuesday. No offense, Ruby Tuesday. But I worked 80 hours, 90 hours a week. I had no life for myself. And as much as I love cooking, I love my wife more. Because I was married at the time. I was married at the age of 22. My wife was married, 21 when we got married. So 90 hours a week took the life out of us for 4 years, to about 3 years or so. We struggled a lot in our relationships. But again, you may say, well, how is that a good thing? Had I not gone through that struggle, through that pain, through the arguments, through the fight, I don't think I would have realized that I don't belong in restaurants as much as I love cooking. I don't. I'm supposed to do what I'm doing right here, right now with you. I'm supposed to share my testimonial, to let the world know that no matter how bad it is, no matter how old you think you are, or how young you actually are, no matter how much struggle that you are dealing with, you're supposed to be where you are when you are. Because that's your destiny. It's already pre-written. Now what you fail to see is the blessings that are around you all the time. I can find each and every one of you that can tell me, oh my God, my credit is bad, my bills are behind, my mortgage could be in foreclosure, mine. I'm here to tell you the best life lesson that I have ever learned in my life is I used to feel bad for the person that had no shoes until I met the person that had no feet. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm missing out. When I took those pills at the age of 19, I ruined my liver. Now, everybody that spoke before me, y'all very smart. Do not get me to talk about anything medical, but all I know is I messed up my liver, and my skin went crazy wrong on me. And a thing called vitiligo. My skin, my lips are so beautiful. Some people think I have natural makeup. It is. My wife loves it, right? But all over my body, there are different, just random patches. And again, I used to hate myself. Why? Why me? Why did I have to live like this? But then I realized, oh my God, if y'all see my wife, by the way, she's a hottie. My wife sees me as a perfect human being. My son, little Sebastian, he's about to be 17 months old, an amazing, beautiful little man. Right? My family is back into my life. Mom, Dad, Baba, and Mama. That's buy one, get one free. right? My parents who restarted their lives. But I have everything the way it needs to be in my life. I go around the world and around the country and speak to people and help build companies and be home, you know, with my wife. I travel 2 weeks maybe out of every 6 months, but the rest of the year, that 6 months, I'm home. Now, don't get me wrong, I work my butt off, but I'm home. So let me bring this home for you. Change. Change is scary. Some people say change is good, but change is scary. But it is necessary. I guarantee you, with everything that's within me, it is happening as we speak right now. It doesn't matter how much you think you're in control, you're not. It doesn't matter how much you tell yourself, I got it all planned out. I got it all figured out. I'm here to tell you, change is happening by the second, right now as we speak. As a matter of fact, some of you right now are experiencing change. One word of what I'm telling you could literally spark something that makes you say, oh my God, I'm blessed. Or, oh my God, I should tell the people around me I love you more because I don't see the blessings that I have. Change is necessary. And until you embrace it and say, thank you, God, for giving me the changes that are happening in my life every single day, you will not have those blessings that you're trying to attain one day. You know, an acronym that I learned and I connected with Ms. Kelly earlier when she was talking about the law of attraction, you know, the secret. The Secret is probably one of the best books that I've read, and I watch the documentary every 90 days. And one of the things that I learned from it is that many of us, unfortunately, know of it, or say, I'm going to think about it until it happens, but unfortunately, many do not actually get it. I encourage you to Google or YouTube search a name, Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor has been speaking for 50 plus years on this very same concept, and he studied a book called The Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And what he taught in a very intimate setting, and a couple of times I was blessed to be around him, he says, remember this acronym, it's called TFAR, T-F-A-R. What does that stand for? The first one is T, thoughts. See, you start everything that happens in your life with a thought. So think about yourself, right? When you wake up in the morning, Monday, that's a thought. But that thought will move to become an F, which is a feeling. So you start with a thought that becomes a feeling. How does it feel when you're like, I'm dragging, it's Monday? Your whole day, it feels that way, right? You're dragging feet all day long, which means that feeling goes to A, or actions. When you're dragging with your feelings, your actions are actually going to showcase that. For those of you who are parents and you have people in high school, no offense. You see that all the time. You're like, why are you dragging all day long? Come on, get your head together, right? I used to be a high school student, so don't worry. I'm calling myself out too. But after actions, it leads to the R, which is results. See, if we were to wake up every morning and say, man, today's going to be a good day. Boy, I'm feeling it. Woo! I'm pumped. I'm pumped. See, when that thought happens, naturally the feeling comes along with it. When that feeling goes along with it, naturally the actions are going to take place. And when the action happens, home run, the results happen. This is the real root of change for all of us, our thoughts. We think bad of ourselves, and this is why I appreciated everyone that spoke before me. You are the nicest person to everyone around you, but you are the worst, meanest, nastiest person to yourself. You tell yourself that you look ugly every day. How dare you? You tell yourself, I don't know how to do it every day. How many of you say, I'm not good at that? How many of you give up jobs because you feel like you're not good at that job? Give up opportunities because you're, oh, I'm skeptical. No, you're not. You're mean to yourself. You're telling yourself you're not good enough. You're telling yourself, I don't have what it takes. Let me break it down to you. None of us do. You didn't know what you know now, but you have to work at it. You have to believe that you could create that outcome in the future. That's where the thought, the feeling, the action, and then the results. So stop being mean to yourself. Love yourself. Man, I am so sexy. I am so amazing in every single capacity. I am are the two most powerful words that you can have. And I guarantee you, whatever you say for yourself, you're right. You're right. Quintilius said, he who say he can and he who say he can't are usually both right. You pick which one you want to be. I guarantee you you're right. I bet you $1 million you're right. Either way, I'm winning. But you decide the results and the outcome. You decide what you want to achieve. Steve Jobs says you cannot plan a program from the beginning, but only backwards. So you have to envision first. Once you envision it, you can start connecting the dots backwards. That's what you have. That's what you have to have the ability to imagine those things that you want to see. Van Gogh said, I don't paint, I imagine it, and then I just draw it backwards. I ask of you, be respectful to yourselves. Love who you are. You're sexy. I mean, I can't see you, I've got too many lights, but I think you are. So please, honor that responsibility that you have to yourself. Now I need you all to do me one last favor, like I ask everybody 100% of the time everywhere I speak. You're going to wake up tomorrow, right? Right? Okay, good. I mean, listen, some of you may sleep longer, but... So when you do wake up tomorrow, I want you to sing like no one can hear you. I want you to dance like no one is watching you. And I want you to love yourself like you've never been hurt. Thank you so much. My name is Alex.